Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. Just before Thanksgiving I was able to hook up with my friend Kent and return a couple old Macs to him, and he dropped off a couple home lights to work on. This 925 I think is going to be the biggest pain in the neck. He's already gone through and cleaned some stuff up, but one thing we both notice, ain't much compression there, like next to none. So I'm pretty sure I already know what the problem is. These things were common for blowing a cylinder when the guy would overtune the carburetor, the Tillotson. Even with the governor in there, you could still, in theory, get your high-speed screw down so tight that you were revving it too high. I just want to take a look at a couple of things here. So you can see, I hope, that there's garbage in the air box there. See that? So that leads me to believe the air filter was not always in good shape. I'm sure if I look at Kent's tag here, he put this air filter on. Yeah. Yep, new air filter. So there's only a couple ways that an engine's gonna seize up. You're gonna get something in the engine that jams the piston up to the cylinder, that, you know, is friction between the piston and cylinder walls. So some foreign body, whether it's from up here, whether it's carbon from the muffler that gets back in there, it's a foreign body. Or you're going to overheat it to the point where there's not enough oil in your mix to lubricate the saw effectively. Most commonly that's done, again, through bad tuning. Now it can be an air leak, you know, on a crankshaft seal or something like that. But again, these were known for it. So I think we ought to take a look at the muffler side here. Now I'm looking, I see the tabs, one set of lock tabs is broken off of this chrome shield, which again, to me, says somebody's been in there. So somebody, somewhere in the history of this saw, pretty much knew what had happened, and they decided, nah, this ain't for me, I don't want to deal with it. Yep, she is scored. Not as badly as I would have expected, but it must have collapsed the ring landing and wedged it up. Let's see if I can get enough light on there, get you guys zoomed in and see it. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that's getting you some light on it. Pretty scored up. So that's why we have low compression. Not a surprise necessarily. So I have a used cylinder that I've got rat holed. I think Kent said he has a piston ready for it. I can't see a scenario with that much scoring where we reuse the original cylinder, at least not the way it looks right now. But I think this will be another one of those long videos when I get into it. I'm not going to do it today, I got too much other stuff going on, I'm afraid. But when I can, I'm going to get into this thing and we're going to tear it all the way down. And we'll do one of those, say, long videos where it's a complete disassembly procedure. We'll do the investigation, figure out what it is. There's not enough scoring there to make me 100% convinced that it was an overheat, you know, from a bad tune or something like that. I'm actually thinking we're going to find some scoring on the intake side as well. As much air or debris is in this air box, I think it was run with a bad air filter or no air filter at all. I'm assuming this is the factory filter cover. See, it's still got its retainer rings in there, so as long as there's a filter in place, it's going to clamp down and seal pretty good. So anyway, I'll work with Kent. We'll get some parts together to do this up right, and when I come back, we'll have all that together. We'll do a full rebuild on this thing.